Hold on. Let me disconnect everything. Let me stop sharing my. Okay, that's fine. We need to use as little internet as possible because I have no idea if this is working at all. If anyone is out there, please say if we look like more than 2 pixels apiece or less. Actually, we can get the over/under on that.
What?
Graham, how bad do you think it is on the other end? Graham, you should try to stream it. See how bad that looks. See if it's gonna work at all. No, hello everyone. We are this is an unnumbered episode. Watch yourselves. Unnumbered episode of the Terminus podcast. Milky, you're appropriately all the way out of frame.
Everybody just get as close to the camera as possible.
Okay, so it's the bacon line.
Oh God. Hey, we did not see any turntables on mainline right now.
Sadly.
Oh
my God, I feel really sorry for anybody watching.
Oh my God.
It's so crunchy.
It's so crunchy. It's probably now I
if
need a third spoon.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Hey man.
I hope it's remotely acceptable at the other end, without bouncing and coming back here. But anyway, yeah. Feel free to say in the chat how bad it is. This is day whatever the hell of this trip. When did we start?
5th.
Started last Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Last Wednesday.
So a week.
Almost
a week ago. Oh yeah, Milky. Do you want to share what the hell you've been up to? Because you started this trip before the rest of us. Here, take a seat, young Skywalker.
Take a seat.
My internet cannot keep up. It's dying. No, it's not yours. It's not you.
No.
It's us.
It's definitely us.
Yeah,
We are crunchy.
we're crunchy. Everyone, stop using the internet.
Everybody turn off the Wi-Fi.
Turn off the Wi-Fi on your phones. Oh God, this is here so that we are officially talking about the trip before it becomes a 3-hour long actual episode of the Terminus podcast, and there should be a Four Foamers departure podcast that's an actual compliment to this. I don't know if they actually made it or if they're actually going to, but we'll see. I would like them to. But yeah, Milky, you started off 1 day, 2 days beforehand, and you drove down from Oregon.
Yeah,
you got a rental car instead of your car. You were originally planning on bringing your car.
Yeah. And then my parents pushed me towards the rental car. We're going to pay for it. Didn't wind up doing that. We're going to discuss with them afterwards.
Damn. I mean, throw them right under the bus here. Throw them under that bus. Sorry, it's mirrored.
Yeah.
But you stayed overnight at with O'Gillies, right?
My good friend O'Gillies was very kind to offer me a stay at his house, which was fantastic. Always good to see him and his family again.
Yeah, it's always nice to stay with O'Gillies. I got to do it once. It was cool.
And then I drove to Denver the next day. Stayed in a hostel, which was pretty cool.
Oh yeah. What do you mean? What do you mean fake hostel?
And then I wait for all these people to show up.
Okay.
They parked in a really fancy hotel.
We'll get to that. Didn't you have an incident on the way to O'Gillies'?
Oh yeah, that's right. So I was about 30 minutes from the nearest gas station, and I missed a sign saying next service 40 miles.
Mm-hmm. So
I had to turn back around on empty. But I made it to the
made it. You didn't have to call AAA in the middle of the desert.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of, we'll get to that.
Yeah, well, oh God, yeah, well, the whole town was closed. That's a different story. Also, Kaiser, that's Milky. I always imagine Milky to be blonde, but no, skinny Henry Morgan. No offense, Henry Morgan was cool.
I was blonde when I was born, but that changed.
There you go. But all right, so yeah, the first day, so you got into Denver first, obviously, because you were there a day early. The next person in was supposed to be Jader.
It was me. Yeah.
It was you, but you were supposed to get in an awful lot earlier than you did.
Yeah, I was supposed to get in on the California Zephyr at about.
Yeah, you could trade places so you're close to the microphone.
I'll just.
Here, we'll swap in the. Okay. Hi, Jader.
Hi.
This chair feels like it's gonna snap off. Let's not break the Airbnb stuff.
Okay. So I was supposed to get into Denver at 8 o'clock in the morning. But the the California Zephyr boarded late. Like we boarded about an hour late in Chicago, and then we moved forward like 500 feet, and then then the P-42 died, or something. No, it didn't die. Something. So then
something with the ecology.
Then we moved forward another 500 feet, and then same issue. So we backed up to the platform, and at this point, it's like 3 hours behind at this point. And
weren't they letting people get off?
Yeah, people that wanted to just cancel the trip and figure something else out, we're able to do that. I couldn't because I didn't want to have to try and find a flight out of Chicago at the last second. Then we left. We eventually got out of Chicago like about 4.5 hours late, and basically kept that all the way. Yeah. All the way to Denver. You did like lose a little, like you caught up a little bit, and then you got to Fort Morgan, Colorado, and lost a whole bunch of time for some reason. There was something with the track. I don't remember what. The problem was that it was Union Pacific's track. That's where the issue. Oh well, whatever. It's class ones, Yeah. But you got in like minutes before the rest of us got in from the airport. Graham excluded because Graham, you came in a couple hours afterward.
I was the first one to start the trip.
Let's
get this all straight. In May, I brought my car to Denver. And I flew back from Denver to Albuquerque to have the trunk ready for its legendary voyage.
Yes.
And then,
it has certainly been legendary. You finally got out of the bathroom. Fighting demons has been a story, like that's been a common theme on this trip. There's been two common themes. One, fighting demons in the bathroom, and two, me not being able to charge my phone. I'm fighting with that. But yeah, so then when I met up in the airport, well, Mew flew with Gloria and I. It took an act of Congress to get us to the airport because my mother got the date wrong. She volunteered to drive us to Logan, which was incredibly kind of her, at 3 a.m. Didn't show up because she got the date wrong. We ordered an Uber, and the Uber driver just sat there for 15 minutes and didn't come and get us. So Mew drove, left his car in the effing Logan garage, and then your brother went and got it. Yeah, which legendary. Again, this happened at like 3 a.m. We're like bombing through the night trying to get to Logan for our 5:50 a.m. flight. Gloria did great on the plane. And even though our first landing was a little he bounced it in Philly, and then our second flight had some turbulence, but otherwise, nobody else had any real like travel headaches. You almost missed your connecting flight.
Because I was flying from Anchorage, Alaska, obviously. I was connecting in Seattle. We're sitting on the tarmac. We land early, 15 minutes early. I'm like, oh great, I'll be good. I had like an hour connection time, whatever. So I'm looking at I'm looking at my app, and it's like boards at 10:40, and we were still sitting in the airplane on the tarmac at 10:50. So I'm like,
oh no,
I gotta go.
Panic.
Oh no. And so I'm like, literally sprint to the train. I have to wait on the train, get on the train, sprint to my gate. I'm like dying out of breath, and I walk up to the gate, and it says delayed. And I'm like, no, this is ridiculous. So like, I got
great moment.
It was crazy.
Listen, you got your cardio in. You got that out of the way. But yeah, we all met up at the train station in Denver. Again, Graham excluded because you got your car and you came right to the Airbnb afterward. You get in a few hours after us. That was kind of the end of the fun for that day when you arrived and when Milky arrived. But the reason Milky arrived separate from the rest of us is because Milky lost his car.
I parked in like this really fancy triangular hotel building in downtown Denver.
Right across the street from the train station.
Right across the street from the train station. The only reason I did is because the road was being constructed or reconstructed. Otherwise, I would have gone for the Union Station one.
Yeah.
And I honestly thought I went for that one.
Yeah. We spent maybe an hour looking for the car, going into different garages. And then we went to a pizza place, had pizza, and then you left and spent another like 2 hours looking for the car. You went into that garage
because I forgot that there was a curb going into the garage.
Yeah, you had a perfect like mental image of what the entrance looked like, and that wasn't it. And
no,
that's
I bring or what can I call it? Gas with myself in the briefing.
yeah. Not stonks. So that was the first day. We went to the Airbnb, which was a really cute place it was a really cute place. It was called like the Pink Door or whatever. It was in like south suburbia of Denver.
Even the shampoo and
yes.
Barbie Dream
we
House.
called it the Barbie Dream House when we were looking at it on Airbnb. Yeah, pink everything. There was like a book of pink on the way in. There was like a book about the color pink.
Wow.
Like I think Dean's room was all pink.
Yeah. Maybe the pink room. You're good. I'm actually gonna scoot this back so I get a little bit more bandwidth, so I can get both Gloria and Milky in the same. Hi, Graham. Yeah, come a little closer. So we also went to Walmart, which started a streak that we almost didn't break. We've been to Walmart almost every single day on this trip.
5 out of the 6.
We haven't planned it that way.
It just happened.
But yeah, it just happened. You started counting dispensaries. You started counting roundabouts.
So far we're up to 42.
And I started counting Dunkin' Donuts, which I've found 2 so far. So the next day was what? The next day was Georgetown and high altitude, right? I was really worried about what altitude sickness was going to do to the group, especially because a lot of us are from sea level. It wasn't. Shut up.
Jenner said skill issue, and yes, I agree.
Well, okay, Mr. Alaska, Albuquerque, Mile High.
I don't know if anybody can see that. Graham's in the way.
Sea level, Ohio, right there.
Yeah, right there. But yeah, so we got up in the morning. We went and rode the Georgetown Loop, which was pretty fun. That was our first taste of steam in Colorado. Got the Georgetown Loop. You didn't panic too much on the high bridge, which that was pretty cool. We all got. What did we got? We were in like the second to last car. So yeah. Oh, sorry, no. Second to the front on the way up. Which, goddamn, if you want to hear an engine work, like I know the Cumbres and Toltec and DNS are cool, and there's lots of places around. But if you really want to hear an engine like work its guts out, go ride the Georgetown Loop. That is hi Yankee. That is the first and maybe only endorsement I will give to the Georgetown Loop because boy, that place is a little sketchy.
Yeah,
just a tad.
I
got a bag of rocks from them.
It's more offensive.
I got a bag of gems, is what they call it, not a bag of
gems.
Rocks. They said gems.
The crystal gems.
I got a rock.
That was also the first place where I gave them a sample of the trading cards.
Oh yeah, you were in just.
I've been in selling mode, this whole time. Like again, I had 50 extra Little River 110s. I'm giving them to every organization I can. Hopefully, we can get them into some gift shop somewhere and get the foot in the door, because then I can point to, hey, look, they're in a gift shop. Like they're in this other railroad's gift shop, so they should be in yours too. Exactly. That's what I want. Talk to your local railroad museums. Be like, trading cards are cool.
You want trading cards? I know a guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Remember, folks.
Yes. Batch 4 is on sale at theironhorseman.com right now. I didn't open with that announcement because I haven't made an official announcement video yet. And any purchases aren't going to be shipped out until I get back. But go buy trading cards. Some people have been having great pulls. The people that I sent out trading cards to before I left have been getting some great pulls. And I mean, Milky, you got some, and you got some. Well, you're my best customer. And everyone got some great stuff. What is this I hear about fighting demons in the bathroom? Somebody must be like me. Go team IBS, please help. Yeah. We also are all having, almost all of us having Gloria's extra cheesy mac and cheese for dinner. So this is going to be a fun night.
You're welcome.
Well, then we were going to drive Boreas Pass.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. We drove through the Eisenhower tunnels. We got bags of chips. We hoped they would pop. They did not. We were going to drive Boreas Pass. We got to Breckenridge. We had lunch at the Tap House place, which was pretty good.
Very good. We saw the local chooches. Yep,
we saw the Rotary and CNS 9. We saw Cookie. And then we drove up to the base of Cookie. We drove up to the base of Boreas Pass, and there was, there's a big gate that says road closed. And I went,
we're still trying. That's not going to work.
I went, oh shoot. it's not summer yet. Like the road opens in summer, which starts on the 21st. It's not summer yet. All right, turn around. We'll go over the next pass, like the neighboring pass, which is Hoosier Pass. Yeah, that's right. There was still snow on the ground, so we had a snowball fight.
It's not working great.
No, it's not. Like it's not. That's not. Join the Discord. All these photos will be posted somewhere. That doesn't help. Now it's just illegible and dark. But yeah, we drove over Hoosier Pass and down into Fair Play.
Oh shit.
And coming into Fair Play, we saw a sign for something we didn't expect, which is South Park City, which is like the super touristy, gimmicky, like we set up a fake town sort of thing. But it's really neat and really historic in its construct. It is? Yep. Okay. Really neat and really historic. And they've got, what was the tagline? Like 60,000 artifacts?
Yeah, something like that.
They also have, what was the other highlight of South Park City?
They had a cat.
They had a really awesome cat who chilled on the counter in the gift shop, and we all just went on the cat.
The saloon was the highlight.
All right, go to Horny Jail. There is a big naked lady painted in the saloon, or so I've heard.
I didn't go.
Hi, Brian. Coming down to South Park and meet some friends of mine. Yeah, we saw a big like South Park cutout thing. Jader, you got a photo of that, right?
Yeah, I have it.
There have been a lot of photos taken on this. A lot of photos taken on this.
Oh yeah, we saw moose.
Yeah, we saw moose. We saw an angry moose on Kenosha Pass. Yeah. Well, we went to Como first. We saw the like 2/3 of an excursion car that somebody's restoring there, and they're pretty nice. The roundhouse there, which is really nice. Friendly. Okay, we're doing the. Yeah, we didn't get to go to like the South Park stores because they closed before we got done with the cat. We got distracted with the cat for like a solid hour.
We were distracted
and ticked around in the yeah. Well, the cashier there was from Lancaster, which was wild, because it's a small world, right? She's got a dental degree and works at the gift shop in South Park City, a place in Fair Play which does not have a dentist. Like there is a dentist in like the fake. What are you looking at?
There's a bee in the house.
Leave it alone. He's minding his own he's minding his own business. I recognize Graham and Glory. Who else is here? Oh yeah, we didn't do like who's who. Yeah, that's Graham. That's my baby. That's Dean. That's Mew. Jader is lurking in the shadows like Shia LaBeouf. Milky's over here. Casey's outside.
That's Jader.
That's Jader
with the fire.
Yep. Yeah. So we did that. We did South Park City. We visited Como. We went over Kenosha Pass. We played Smells Like Kenosha over the Bluetooth radio transmitter, so both cars could hear at the same time.
We saw a moose charge at us.
We saw a moose, and it like came over the fence at us, so we just hit the bricks.
It didn't follow, luckily.
Yeah.
It just crossed the road.
Why did the moose cross the road? We'll get to Weibold. So that was that day. What did we name? Because we saw the boiler explosion. It was called the Boreas Boiler Explosion. The first day was called Dude, Where's My Car? Yeah. The second day was the Boreas Boiler Explosion because we did not see Man Bear Pig. No. Because there was an exploded boiler in South Park City as one of the exhibits. And if you go on the Discord, there's going to be, I'll fix it when I get home, but there's going to be a sticker of me very excited looking at the exploded boiler because I found my way. Are you really going to do it? I think you're going to do?
Yeah.
This is not going to work. It's going to look terrible.
It'll be okay. It'll be okay.
It's
people can get the idea.
I was excited. Hey, the laundry's done. I would love the spiral tunnels and stuff. Oh, is there an exploded boiler there? I hope so. So that was kind of the end of that day, right? We got back to the Airbnb. You made food that day?
Yeah, I made American chop suey casserole.
You made American chop suey casserole, which has really become a staple of Horseman trips now. You've made it so many times.
I mean, everybody likes it. It's what the people want.
We did go to Walmart again. Importantly, yes.
And then
they have a dome from the cursed consolidation from when it exploded. Yeah, okay, so that was that day. Am I missing anything from the Boreas Boiler Explosion?
No, I think that's all. The next morning,
we got up and, we left at different times because there were multiple things going on that day. So you, and Jader went to Pikes Peak. How was Pikes Peak?
Great. It was good. Amazing.
Pikes Peak
train was very packed.
Yeah, train was very packed, which was understandable. It was a really nice sunny day for walking on Pikes Peak. So it was pretty ideal for being up on the summit.
Yeah, we could see you guys. We could see the summit of Pikes Peak clear as day. Graham's got that photo from the visitor center of the Garden of the Gods. So while the four of them went up Pikes Peak, Gloria and Graham and I went to Garden of the Gods. We went on a little hike. We went to a place called the Siamese Twins. And of course, some of you may already know this, but I got down on one knee and gave Gloria this beautiful ring as made by Ginny, aka the voice of Sandy from the Iron Horseman Chronicles. She is a jeweler. She made this space-themed ring. If it's not obvious enough, they did say yes, but not after saying, "Are you serious?" And also, we immediately following that up with, "You lied to me," because
it was mega sus. So the night before, Ellis and I, we've been talking about this for a while. We were going to do it at the Grand Canyon, which is happening at the end.
The Grand Canyon. That is what I told everyone.
It's happening at the end of the trip. That was the
So he
plan.
lied to all.
Yeah.
So I take Ellis and Milky to Walmart. Or no, I take Gloria and Milky to Walmart on that night before. And Ellis goes around and tells everyone at the house.
Yeah.
And so like I get back and he's like, "Graham, come here."
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, what the heck's going on?
Yeah, because the whole thing was like Gloria pegged it immediately. One of the first things Gloria guessed was that I was going to do it at the Grand Canyon. It was like, I swear to God, if you do it there, it's whatever. And so I've been like gaslighting Gloria the entire time, coming up with different plans. Like I've never had a plan. I've always had a plan. It's like I was tempted to say, like, tell people different things to see what got back to Gloria.
So then, like in the morning, I think you or Gloria made a comment. It's like, "Do you even want to marry me? Or are you ever going to propose to me?"
"Are you ever going to propose?" was earlier in the trip, but I asked Gloria like the night before, like, or the morning of, like, "Do you really want to marry me? Like, are you sure?"
And so then we went to the visitor center. Gloria and I were out taking pictures like on the balcony. And Ellis goes up to the guy and Ellis wants a paper map.
Yeah.
Right.
This is an item. This is like, and it's not going to show. Hold on, right in the middle. Focus on it. There we go. No, it worked for a second. Whatever. They gave me a paper map. Is the point.
I'm outside with Gloria. We're taking pictures of other people out there. And Ellis goes and is trying to get this map
with their permission, for the record. You weren't just like taking pictures of people.
Yeah. Taking pictures of people for them. So Ellis is inside and he's like, "I really need a paper map." But the guy goes, "Can you just scan the QR code and get a map?" He's like, no. So we're like trying to delay. And then Ellis eventually finds a spot, a short hike with a good view.
Yeah, that's what I asked the guy behind the counter. I was wearing my Ghostbusters shirt. I walked up to the counter. He's like, "Oh man, who are you gonna call?" And I'm like, "All right, I found my people."
So then we go in the car, we drive through Gardens of the God a little bit, and I have my big DSLR with an external flash, which is kind of hella sucks.
It's conspicuous.
Like,
in all honesty, I didn't expect the thing. I was completely oblivious to the whole thing. I was like, "Oh, Graham's going to take some nice photos."
You were so oblivious that halfway up the hike, you looked around and went, "Wow, this would be a nice place to propose."
I did.
Anyways.
Yeah, you were taking test shots, and then and then I like distracted Gloria with a rock formation. I was like, "Here, look at this. Like, touch this. Touch the rock there. What is the texture of that?" And you turn away, and you were like, "Oh, it's irony." And I got down on one knee, and you turn around, which was great. No, the thing is, though, I didn't lie to you, because I told you everything I told you, which was the ring that is not finished. It's missing a stone, and that I had a plan and I had to change it, and that I was going to propose to you at the Grand Canyon, but now I'm not. All those things were true, and then I made a different plan, which was what I did. And the ring is unfinished. It needs to go back to Ginny when we get it back.
But still, I love it. Anyways.
Wait, was that a reference?
And then we went to the Pikes, whatever, Colorado.
Oh yeah, we went to the Colorado Trolley Museum. We all met up there, and that's when Weibel joined us too. Let me turn it back.
Mr. Tall Man.
Mr. Tall Man, the tallest man in Colorado. Slide Millie over. But yeah, I mean, what are there any like?
You did that to your DMs.
Are there any Any like thoughts on before I steal the spotlight too much? Any thoughts on the trolley
It
museum?
was cool.
It was alright.
It was
I thought it was neat. There were a
It's
few
very neat.
They had,
interesting
like,
pieces there.
30 feet of active track though.
Yeah, you go and then you go back and then you go
Yeah.
again and then you go back. They have a backing camera on. They have a backup camera on a PCC,
Yeah,
which is kind of legendary. They back pull because what would be the point?
yeah.
To be fair, they don't have a wheel. They have the static one. So I'm wondering if that makes it safer or not.
I feel like they'd make it more annoying.
Oh my god,
It
Polar
would.
Express layout
would.
at the
Trust
trolley
me, I
museum.
know.
Oh yeah,
Wait.
Oh god.
Let me show you.
there was a room with a Polar Express layout, like nothing had air conditioning. There was a room with a Polar Express layout, which was actually fairly extensive, but it was the coldest room there.
By like 2 degrees.
The
Yeah.
Lionel Polar Express Shrine.
Yeah.
The story
and like
behind it
Explorer.
was really cool too.
Oh yeah.
What was the story? I didn't catch the story. I was looking at the trolley cars.
So what happened was this guy had his son with a Down syndrome, and the boy loved Polar Express like a lot. So what he did was he built a layout, I think, in their basement
Yeah,
that was just Polar Express.
Sorry.
So the two died. It sat for like a while, and I think that the layout was donated to the museum.
yeah,
Where they restored it.
and they had opened it to the public.
Yeah.
several
Yeah.
times.
It's pretty cool. Sorry, I'm just trying to get my phone to charge. Remember what I said earlier?
One bar and notable.
And then we went and rode the Cripple Creek and Victor.
We did. We did.
Oh wait, what? Hold on.
Wait,
Trolley
don't
museum.
forget.
Trolley museum.
So the PC, we rode the PCC. That was the one we just went back and forth 30 feet.
Yeah.
It was a Philadelphia streetcar.
We gauged.
Yes, it was originally.
So apparently, a while back, Chicago was getting rid of their PCCs,
About 2000,
Yeah.
somewhere in that range.
and the museum asked, "Hey, can we get whatever parts we need from you?" And they were like, "Sure." And so they got all of these standard gauge PCC trucks.
Which are just scattered all across the
Yeah,
property, like a bomb went off and
Also-
just scattered PCC trucks.
And so they just lifted the Philly body off the Pennsylvania trolley gauge trucks and just put it down on the standard gauge.
Yeah. Also,
Good enough.
the way that the trucks are powered is really stupid. Like they don't
The
have-
motors are mounted
they don't-
the motors are mounted vertically, and then it goes into like a gearbox that goes to the wheels.
It's like a car.
It's-
Yeah.
It's like you have a diff.
Yeah,
It's weird.
They couldn't put two motors on either axle. No, it's one motor, a drive shaft, and a differential.
Do they actually have diffs?
It
No,
looked
but
like that.
It's more like a Model
Wasn't
T,
it-
where it's
wasn't
just like a
I
gear.
don't know. I know
Okay, it
more
just
about my
has the
wooden
housing
board
that looks like a diff,
PCCs.
basically. Oh, okay.
Well, because I wouldn't be surprised if they actually had diffs for negotiating the like streetcar corners, you know?
Oh my god.
Although there
Uh,
was one PCC there that I knew a little bit about beforehand.
The LA car.
Yeah. So they have a selection of standard gauge PCCs and Pennsylvania gauge.
Yep.
But among all of them is an LA car, an LA railway PCC car, and it's Cape. So
Oh, what? Oh, yeah, it's a Cape gauge car.
it's a Cape gauge car because LA
We're east and
downtown
tired.
is Cape.
Yeah.
Wasn't it only built for World War II?
Yeah.
No,
Jader
it
in the
was
background.
Cape gauge streetcar. Jader, what are you doing? God damn it.
Let the man be.
In a minute.
In a minute. Where's East? Probably in Japan. I don't know.
I know where I was. I was under the PCC car.
You were getting in and all and around it, and then it was like, and then the weather started to turn.
Yeah.
We saw my first train that I ever saw on the front range, like on the joint line, was the saddest train ever. It was like two locomotives and 5 empty scrap guns.
Was that the BN unit one?
Yeah. No,
So that
no,
was-
not the BN
no,
unit one. That wasn't the joint line.
Oh,
Oh, that's right. That we saw the local the
Yeah.
one night. Yeah.
With the two BN units.
Yeah, the two
green
BN
They were
units.
the green
Boy
ones
BN.
just
Yeah, yeah,
not
like-
Boy
that
BN.
whatsoever.
Yeah, like I remember like seeing like train like shit this green shit
We were
It's
driving,
green!
and then we like that panic. I like saw them. I was leading. And we had like a.
You just immediately like turned off the road.
Yeah.
Um,
But anyways, we did the trolley museum.
Yeah, we did the trolley museum.
We
met up with Weibold, so we went around with him there. It was his first time going there as well. It was also his first time riding the Cripple Creek, and that's where we went after that. So we drove all the way out to Cripple Creek, which God, it's in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And they have a lot of casinos. Though.
They have the town is like 50% casino.
Yeah.
I will
It's
hand it to them. The gas station was right next to the railroad.
That's true. They had a very convenient gas station.
We had the
Oh.
Dutch 500 Part 1 where we totally drove the legal speed limit the entire way. We had to get gas in the trunk before we left Cripple Creek, but they had already gotten gas in the two other cars, Milky and Ellis. And so,
Milky and Weibold. It was because I was in
Milky
the
and
truck with Weibold.
They had gas. So we left. We went and got gas. They just left right away, and we knew where we were meeting up. We passed them and beat them by 5 minutes. We cut 5 minutes off the
They were
ETA.
using 3 at Cripple Creek. Was it number 3?
Yeah,
It was number.
040.
It was number 3. The 040 that was. Yeah. Oh no! Shoot. Because what was the
penny tanks?
What was the one with the? We don't know what this locomotive built in 1936 did in Germany.
I think that was 3.
That
Was
was
that-
our engine.
That was God.
That's
I got a picture of that.
Yeah. So they have the
number 1.
number 1.
No, number 2. Number 2.
Number 2. Okay, because number
Yeah.
1 was up on blocks.
Can I have
And
number-
one had
number
this
No,
four,
4.
yeah.
Sorry, 4 was on blocks. Yeah. But yeah, we rode number 3. It was a nice little ride. It got really cold. The wind like picked up, and on the way back, we sat like really close to the front. Yeah, it was the blue lad. No, it was the blue lad. The 0440. It was. They were green.
So that's the Porter.
Yeah, that's what.
number 3. That's what we rode.
That's what we read.
green?
Okay, it is blue. No, it is. It's blue. Or green.
Number
I can't
1
tell.
is that.
That's number 1.
Also has this.
It's a goofy. It's a goofy
Weird
lad.
valve,
Yeah.
And we.
Oh
all
yeah, we
tried-
still don't know what the valve gear on
like,
number
we-
1.
That's
we
number
asked
2.
The a staff what kind of Valkyrie has, and nobody had any clue. Like we don't know.
You know what was the wildest thing about Cripple Creek? Like it was, don't get me wrong, really cool ride. Like I can't praise it enough, honestly. It's a short little ride. It's in the middle of nowhere. In a field of giants, it doesn't stand very tall compared to the other railroads in the state.
But it's got character.
It's got character. It's worth the trip. It's such a weird thing. Did we go over Ute Pass? Because that's the former Midland right away. I think we did. I think we did go on the Midland right away. Because I was talking to Weibold about the Midland like the whole way back. But the staff at Cripple Creek is like 80% women, which is something that kind of blew my mind because I'm used to railroads just being a sausage fest. There were like 2 guys, one who was like a trainee engineer and another one who was in the shop, and that was it. So is the Cripple Creek the one that has the standard gauge Colorado and Southern Connie on display, or was that somewhere else? I don't
No,
think
that was in Leadville.
Oh, that's in Leadville. Okay, yeah. That's like the one railroad we're not doing this trip. Leadville and Royal Gorge, we're not doing this trip.
Just don't get stung, please.
Leave him be.
No.
But yeah, this is a massive plow. What?
Do you want this?
This train is full of peas. Yes, I want that.
Okay.
Wait, was that my results?
Probably.
It has your name on it.
Yeah, that's my winning the Dutch 500. Spoilers.
Okay.
But yeah, no, we went to Bojo's, which best pizza in the world. I swear to God.
Dutch 500 Part 1.
Yep, yeah, you drove illegally fast, allegedly.
Perfectly.
What's the
Just-
Leadville line again? The DNRG line that never opened. No, it's off of it's like a branch off of Tennessee Pass.
To Leadville
Okay.
line.
What do you say?
It at one point
Okay, I love
was the CNS,
Oh, okay.
but then
I
the
grab
CNS abandoned, basically pulled out of everything after Alpine Tunnel was abandoned, west of Alpine
great.
Tunnel. So the DNRG got a good deal on some very profitable lines.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the
And
Heritage
they
line.
ran them for a number of years, and some of them became heritable railroads, and 2 of them are now dirt roads.
And what is it? It's the something Leadville and Gunnison. It's the
Colorado Leadville line?
it might be the Colorado Leadville, something like that.
That's as do agree.
Yeah, it's something like that. Is it the Wagon Wheel Gap? No.
Oh, that's in Cars.
That's in Cars. Yeah. But yeah, we got Bojo's, then we came back to the house. The next day was go bother Weibold for a full day at the Colorado Rail Museum. And that's exactly what we did. Jader made breakfast that day, which was fantastic.
Yeah. We went to the car wash in the trunk.
We went through the car wash.
And we only got a little wet.
And that's when we picked up the Subaru rental.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing we had to do that morning. So we've got 3 cars here. We've got Milky's rental, we've got Graham's car, and what are you doing, buddy?
Jader's doing terrible.
Jader's gonna get stung by a bee live on camera, caught in like 144p. Doesn't matter. You missed it.
Oh, he's hungry.
Jader, no! There's 2 of them.
The other one's just a fly.
Terrible things are happening.
Here it is back at the
Lamp.
This is a nightmare.
If you just left it alone, it just wants to be left alone. Oh, for crying out loud. Why do we have to be quiet? Are we disturbing the bee? Did you get
that?
No,
He's
you
flying
definitely-
around over there. Oh my God. Okay.
This is
Too long didn't watch Colorado.
so
Everybody say Colorado.
I'm a giraffe.
I'm a giraffe. Exactly.
Okay. No, so yeah, we went to the CRM. People got toured around. I went and sat in the crossing booth for a little while. Gloria provided moral support. We went and checked out. I'd never been down to the model railroad. The model railroad is really intricately detailed. I don't know how I missed that the last 2 times I was there.
Hey, don't worry. Brett said he's never been down there either.
The stuff that this man has missed, despite living adjacent to it.
Volunteering there.
Yeah, but it is really neat. I mean, the Colorado Rail Museum is really cool. Unfortunately, 491 was broken and 20 was under FRA inspection time.
Annual inspection.
Yeah, so
Too.
there was no steam, but we did get to see Pee Wee pushing 20 around a little bit. We got to go behind the scenes. I went up and I waved through the observation window into the roundhouse, and Dusty noticed me and he came over to me and he was like, "Oh, hey, Ellis," and then he said to Weibo, "You told me one of your friends was coming. You didn't tell me it was Ellis." And the whole time I was thinking, damn, I wonder if he remembers me. And then that happened. So I should have given him the spare DNS ticket. We ended up having a spare one because somebody had to drop out of the trip. But yeah, so we did that, and then Weibold had to go to a funeral, sadly, and could not join us for the Dutch 500. The Dutch 500, for those who don't know, is when we all go to a go-kart place and race hell. Gloria even drove once, and the rest of us did 2 races. We all actually improved upon our time on the second race. We all shaved at least a full second off.
I still came in last, though.
Yeah, well, somebody's got to be last.
Yeah.
I won. It's actually
first, second, third.
Yes, we have a podium picture somewhere. Don't do it. Don't do it.
No.
Mr. President, a podium picture.
But
Mr. President,
I actually kind of liked the place because it went solely on lap time and not about who was in front. So you could just focus on banging out good laps.
And until you got stuck behind someone slow.
Yeah, then you just get around them and then you bang out some more good laps. No, we didn't see Mark. I don't actually know where he was. I need to message him and be like, "Hey, sorry, I missed you."
Planning a trip somewhere.
Yeah, he is planning a trip. But at any rate, the you just went out in the first lap of second race. That was kind of funny.
Yeah. I was like, go fast, go hard. I gotta win.
Our second race was way more aggressive than the first race.
Yeah.
The first race was yes,
we
we acknowledge the rules of no drifting and don't tap the wall or anything like that.
All of them.
The second race, it was gas brake, squealing around corners. It was a blast. It was definitely the most fun I've had with an electric go-kart.
Okay.
Yeah, they went up to 45 miles an hour, I think.
It makes me a 4-time in a row champion of the Dutch the Dutch events because I won this one. I won the last 2, which were Dutch Opens, and I won the Dutch 500 in 2019. So a 4-time champion right here. Look at me. Give me the Burger King crown. What?
We do a Dutch bowl.
Dutch bowl.
Yeah.
Coming soon.
Which one? What is the
Coming soon, aka maybe
We
tomorrow.
found a bowling alley in Flagstaff.
Oh no.
We're going bowling in Flagstaff. You're either good at bowling or something else.
No, I'm so bad at bowling.
Bummer.
At one point, did you negotiate this? Did you tell Gloria that you're going to go bowling? Because they'd be very excited.
Cousin,
We're gonna go to Texas Roadhouse and
Yeah.
bowling. That's tomorrow on the trip.
Oh,
But
God.
so we did the Dutch 500.
Dutch 500.
Next morning was drive day.
Next morning, yeah, we drove to our current Airbnb in Pagosa Springs.
Now
Now,
we got Casey.
Milky,
Split up.
we picked up Casey from the airport. So Graham and I was in the Subaru. Graham was in his own car, of course. He's the only person here that can drive his car.
Dean drove my car tonight.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Really? Yeah.
Wow.
We didn't die.
I actually got it the first time and then installed it the second.
Well, you
It
know.
was fun.
Yeah. So yeah. So, but up until then, Graham has been driving his own car, and yeah, we picked up Casey from the airport. We sort of like did rings around the airport together. That was fun. I still don't know how to get to the 5th level. She said she was on the 5th level. I pulled in the first time, went to the 4th. I pulled in the other time, I went to the 6th. What are you talking about? Did you see a way to get to the 5th level?
You can't get to the 5th level. There is no 5th level.
She was at door 514. The
The-
6th level was door 614. The 4th level was door 414.
14.
Yes, the 5th level is the baggage. You can't get out there.
The 5th level was the
private
French remain
transportation,
along the
like
way.
for the rental.
Okay, so
The
so
rental
you
car
can
thing.
get there if you have a rental car.
Or no, it's like from the buses to the rental car.
Okay, you can get there if you're on a shuttle.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why. So why are you calling me crazy? There's no way for us to get there. I'm right.
No, we were just driving around in circles.
Okay,
then
we got to do loops around Lucifer.
Wow.
We drove right to Pagosa. Milky, you guys drove via Gunnison.
Yep.
Yeah.
By
So-
Gunnison, which was really cool. Because, well, except for the highway being shut down.
Yeah, the bridge out.
Yeah, bridge out. Which is unfortunate for half of the things that I wanted to do.
We're on the other side of the bridge.
Yeah, we're on the other side of the bridge. But we still had plenty of fun at the Gunnison Pioneer Museum, which is the museum that has the 268
Okay.
and also 40 different buildings. It was kind of like South Park.
Really?
Yeah.
That's neat. I've never heard of that place.
Yeah. I only knew of it for, the 268, but when we were there, we saw a whole bunch of damn buildings. We went to
A car museum.
the Coors Museum.
Oh yeah, the
Museum.
Coors Museum. Yeah,
Yeah.
you did
There
say
was
that.
They called it on the map Coors Breweriana, like
There was
Americana.
Yeah.
There's
Okay.
also a Freemason museum, which is interesting.
That's
Yeah.
I
cool.
think it was an actual lodge, 2 lodges.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no.
Yeah, we were busy getting
No,
rained
this
on in Levita Pass.
Yeah, we got rained the hell on. We visited the like weird boxcar truck thing. In where was that? Was that in? That was in Blanca. We visited Solovive's Railroad in Alamosa, and then we met up in Del Norte
Yeah.
for dinner. That was a pretty good place.
Right.
That was
Um,
pretty good.
It was literally the first. It was at the top of Google results. I was hangry. I was like, "Where are we going? There, go."
Yeah, they forgot my order.
We forgot
They
about
forgot your order.
another thing. Everyone won when Milky did. We also passed through Salida and did some Tennessee passes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, you visited the
We-
site of the boulder. Well, vaguely,
near
yeah,
enough.
near the boulder.
We
right
went
by the
through
yard.
a bit of the yard. We went up to the Lavention facilities as far as you could anyway.
Calco shops.
Cowboy shops. And then we went in the town because we found out that there was a little tank engine on display.
Oh, was it a Vulcan? Was it one of the Vulcans that's on display?
Not
No?
sure if it's a Vulcan, but it's definitely an 040
I think it
3-foot.
might have been a porter.
There was a whole thing about like 040s getting spread across Colorado. I don't know why I might remember that story. 040. Yeah, but we met in Dillon. We drove over Wolf Creek Pass.
Oh yes.
Which I hadn't heard of until I drove over. I didn't know the mysticism behind Wolf Creek Pass.
In the car I was in, we were driving down it as the C.W. McCall song of the same name was playing.
Yeah.
That's honestly kind of great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was driving to that.
That drive was pretty neat. I think Gloria and I were alone in the car at that point, and they started suffering from like severe altitude sickness, which carried them all the way through the next day. It was awful. We got here, which is the middle of the woods, like the middle of nowhere. We are like
20 miles one way down a dirt road.
20 miles on a dirt road from the nearest paved anything, and another like 20 minutes to Pagosa Springs from there.
Murder house.
We've seen so much abandoned right of way, like you could throw a stone and hit some, you could trip over some on the way down. We were on the bus today for the Coomers and Toltec, and I was seeing abandoned right of way, and I was like, I don't know what that is. Oh yeah, and I mean we've seen the San Juan extension like, you know, all over the place. Save Juan. aka the Pagosa Springs Junction Railway, yeah. But yeah, so we drove down here, we got in here. We had a bit of a time getting the place set up. It's a little rough around the edges. One of the sinks just doesn't work.
A trickle at best.
Yeah. But otherwise it is a really neat place. Like the space, the building itself is really, really kind of cool. The location is a little rough. It's a little bit further afield than one would hope. But I'm definitely gonna go stick my head out and see if I can see any stars that I don't usually see, because no light pollution out here.
As long as we can convince Casey to extinguish the fire, maybe.
Brian's on the Save Juan train. Unify the Colorado 3-foot network. Yes. Save Juan.
1268 over.
Yes.
Rebuild the RGS.
Lizard head.
Dun, 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 dun. Anyway, so the following morning, on extremely low amounts of sleep, we got up and went to the Durango and Silverton.
And we had a K28 doubleheader.
Yes.
Yes.
That was the coolest part about that day. The track is just as bad as I remember it.
Yeah.
It's real bad.
Yeah.
But it was pretty bad.
It was bad.
Yeah, we had 473 leading, out going up to Silverton, and then 476 with a box headlight and the
time
set.
goofy looking. And we had
K28 doubleheader.
we weren't allowed coach because on the way up it was a 27-person group that had taken up the rest of the coach, and on the way down it was a bunch of children. So it was okay, but it was not okay for Gloria, who was like talking about how their head felt like it was full of boulders for the entire trip. We got up to Silverton, which DNS absolutely beautiful. I mean, it was great. You know, It was really cool seeing the doubleheader. I could do a lot of comparing it to the Cats, but I'll talk about that in a minute. It was really cool seeing the doubleheader. Silverton is a cool little destination mining town. We got up there, and the first, like, everyone dispersed and went to food after we tried and failed to take a group picture. I took Gloria down the street to the supermarket, and we got like a sinus decompressing thing and Benadryl and cough drops and whatever. Because I was like, I will do anything to make sure you feel better, because they were so miserable. I felt so bad the whole way up. And it was a little better on the way down. And of course, you only have the one locomotive on the way down, and it's really not working.
Just 473.
Yeah.
I got in the engine.
You did.
My buddy Kyle from the DNS was like, "Hey, you want to go in the engine?" Yeah, I want to go in the engine.
Yeah.
A recurring theme of this trip so far.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah, you've been, I mean, fortune favors the people who walk up to the engine. But I mean, what can be said about the DNS?
We went to DNS. We had a good time.
Yeah,
DNS. It rained at the end. We went to the museum.
It was the Silverton.
We got pizza.
Oh, we got our actual group picture in front of 486, aka Palmer. So Weibold was there in spirit. And I also gave them I gave both of the gift shops in the Durango station a sample gift card and my business card. Why are there two gift shops in the Durango station? Why does the museum also sell stuff independently?
I guess because it's the railroad and the museum.
And we got pizza.
We got pizza.
We came back to the Airbnb.
Well, some people got pizza. Some people got screwed out of pizza and garlic knots and everything.
Had to wait for like 20 minutes so the bartender could come issue a refund.
We won't name drop.
That was the disaster of the
food we
week.
had was good.
Yes, those of us that were able to eat the food did enjoy the food. And there was also a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles pinball machine in there, but that's beside the point. I'm a sucker for pinball.
Drove home.
Drove back here in the rain and the dark. Yep.
Avoiding elk and deer.
Pinball machine because in the middle of playing, I was called over.
Yeah,
Avoiding
you could have
deer and
waited.
elk, and we saw a bear too.
We saw a bear. I almost ran over a bunny on the way over here. I felt bad about that. But I just had a jam on the brakes and then it hopped away. And then today we did Cumbres and Toltec. And of the two, like DNS, Cumbres and Toltec. Like
DNS?
No. Listen, you're biased. I've done both now. This is like my first return to them. The thing with the Cumbres and Toltec is you can just walk around. You can get
walk
up
around and find out.
Yeah, you can get up. You can stand on the vestibules. You can walk up to the back side of the engine and stand on the
anywhere in the yard.
Anywhere in the yards. You can go to the open air car, which is not a thing you can do on the DNS because every seat is assigned in every car, and they don't even have seats like in the cafe car. But the Cats has seats in the cafe car, so you can sit there and look out the windows, which, for the record, are much larger than the ones on the DNS, and just get these most incredible pictures. Like the scene around the DNS is cool, but the scene around the Cats is unbelievable.
Oh yeah,
and also a little more varied. When you get out,
you had like high desert, then all of a sudden you'd have super high.
You have more mac and cheese.
Along the cliffside of a mountain.
Yeah.
Two tunnels too.
The two tunnels are neat. Oh my god, it was so dark in the rock tunnel. It was so dark. Someone tagged the inside of the mud tunnel. That takes some dedication to go all the way out there with spray paint. I think it was an inside job.
Well, I mean, there were many inside jobs there.
Well, it's a tunnel.
Well, painting the K28 or K27 green.
Yes.
Yeah. So
they were
green.
green.
We got to ride
They
the
are
Thunder
green.
Chicken. A classic Terminus meme, the Thunder Chicken.
Yes, we rode the Thunder Chicken.
So we had 484 up, and then they swapped the engines in Osier. Then we had 463 to enter.
Yep.
Yes, Brian. The other part was a part of the splurge.
Yeah, it was part of the splurge. Now it's part of the Colorado Pacific. Yeah, Soloviv's railroad.
His pet.
Yeah. That guy's what a guy. You know what? More billionaires who like trains, I guess, are okay. Like more billionaires is not good, but on balance.
Yeah. He has the opportunity to do the funniest thing the first railed album.
I mean, man, that would be quite possibly the most boring scenic railroad imaginable. I appreciate.
They somehow made Iowa Pacific money before they stopped paying taxes.
Yeah, that's a real skill issue on the part of Iowa Pacific. Also, I mean, Iowa Pacific had your one of your boys an M6, right?
Yeah, they had an M6 out there, beat the fuck out of it.
Yeah, poor thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. The other thing about yesterday, that's the only day we didn't go to Walmart so far this trip. Yeah, 1744. It's in a trading card by Trading Cards. Yeah, this is the only day we didn't go to Walmart, which is why I petitioned for yesterday's name to be More Important Things.
No, I went to Niles Canyon. You're thinking of Wheel Grand 18.
Yeah, 18.
18.
It was. It was
San
San Luis
Luis
Rio Grande.
It's out in Alice and I, Connie.
Yeah,
It's one of the
also
many.
have a trading card of that.
Yes, we do. It was. I believe it was it was batch 1. Okay, yeah. It was a standard card.
But back to the Cumbres and Toltec.
Yeah, I want more thoughts on the Cumbres and Toltec other than my own.
Okay.
But God, that was so freaking cool.
Being able to stand anywhere behind the tender, leaning out the side of the vestibule.
That was great. Just getting showered.
Yeah, my hair is full of like
I'm
cinder.
still picking it out of my pockets.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Casey's here.
For a moment, I'm fixing fire.
Well,
Fixing fire. Uh-oh.
we'll pop in and say hi.
I'm putting it out.
Okay, good.
But
I've had my spiritual trip. I went to space.
Okay.
all right.
All that's left is Grand Canyon Railway.
Yeah, the only thing we're doing tomorrow, we're driving via Four Corners and Flagstaff to Williams. We have another Airbnb there. Then we're riding the Grand Canyon, and then we're all sort of dispersing. Like Mew and Gloria and Graham and I are going to Albuquerque and flying out.
Friday.
Casey.
Hello.
Casey, you want to tell us about how excited you were to ride behind 484? Or
Yeah, I was 484. So to make a very long story short, when I was out here with my dad when I was a kid, I got a picture of myself. Got to go up in the engineer's seat. And that moment altered the trajectory of my life, and I would not be standing here today if it was not for that. So
yeah,
it's very nice. Terminus Toltec is just the 70s. That's all.
It turned you into it. Yeah, it is.
70s.
It turned you into a turbo foamer. Like I was looking around in
so much that I wanted to do it for a job. And
mistakes were made.
Mistakes were made.
Yeah, and she saw what Matt bought, right? The book.
Yeah,
the Bednar book.
I didn't see it, but Jader told me about it.
You were made aware of it.
Yeah. I don't know how you found that, but
the Cumbres and Toltec is something that, like, I want to do the DNS again because I want to do it when Gloria and I are not just miserable and running on no sleep and stuffy noses. But I really, really want to do the Cumbres and Toltec again because that was an amazing experience. It's my second favorite train ride behind the nighttime ride at the WWNF, which I don't think anything will ever top. But
I gotta do that. The only thing that has come close to the CATS is 2102.
Yeah,
riding behind 2102 at a vestibule is the closest thing that I have found to it.
Yeah, I need to do that.
Come on,
2026 Horseman trip.
come before then.
Well, I'll probably get down before then. All right, have fun. Please do. Well, that's famous last words.
Seashore will top it.
Seashore will top it. Yeah, it's going to be because you're there, Pat. You're going to fight Seashore.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
basically.
Yeah, and that's been the trip thus far. I keep trying to not be directly in the way of Jader.
I'll just block Dean.
Dean erasure.
If I scoot over here.
Hey, check out this nice
Yeah,
AI.
if you're going to the seashore, give them my
It's called
information
the
again.
Dean block.
And then Ellis, you go down. And now
I mean,
Ellis is going down.
Oh, I'm going down. All right. I'll ooze into the seat. Yeah, we've been doing a lot of catching Mew up on the horseman meme lore. We listened to the machine, yes, which you had never heard before. The John Mulaney seafood bit, 200 miles an hour. And then we watched Down Periscope in the last Airbnb, which that was so much fun.
Yeah,
the horse meme lore.
Yes.
Anyway, but yeah, so that's our update. You may or may not get an actual podcast out of the Four Foamers. If that doesn't happen, then I will be squeezing one in after we get back. We get back on Friday. Well, everyone's sort of leaving on Friday. I know you've got a drive ahead of you. Yeah. And you have to go home from my house the following morning. Jader, of course, you're on the train, so you've got a little bit longer, depending on how Amtrak does. Dean, you're like the only person with a simple flight.
Pretty much, yeah. It's gonna fly through Salt Lake and be done.
Yep.
And then
you have to go. You have to go to Albuquerque.
4 a.m. We're gonna drive from Williams to Albuquerque. Then I have a bunch of stuff to do at my house because I've not been there for a month. And then they will leave after I leave. I will fly all the way to Alaska. I'll get there at 11 p.m. and I have work at 4 a.m. the next morning to be a princess.
Yay!
Princess,
Give you the crown.
Year 3.
At what point, how are you like a turbo super princess first class now? Is that how do you go up the ranks?
Sure.
Anyway, but that's been the trip so far. Hopefully it goes well. I mean, speaking of Amtrak, the Heartland Flyer turns 25 on Friday. Remember that from my second podcast, lore. Yeah. Oh, and I like the selection of shirts here. We got the Georgetown Loop shirt. We got the VW shirt here, the main narrow gauge shirt. What is yours? I love the earth, love each other. I love that. And I mean, you've got like an old shirt, and I've got, again, to thank Jenny for making that ring. I've got the Juxatone Records, which is our very own Johnny Juxo, the voice of Rangeley. So this was great. I have a few shirts that I brought on this trip that I'll be excited if somebody recognizes them. This is the one where I would have been just over the moon if somebody, someone else just randomly recognized this. But it's amazing how many people that we've run into that are from familiar places.
Did you have what was the old shop? The old store in Rhode Island, Benny's.
Yeah, rest in peace, Benny's. Somebody noticed my Benny's shirt. But anyway, all right. I was social distancing before it was cool. Graham gets to be a princess. Yep, the podcast. Anyway, yeah, today is Thunder Chicken and the Magic
This
Railroad.
is my first podcast appearance since that podcast, I think.
Yeah, you're at the top of the waiver wire. You're above Kavan.
I know.
Exactly. Anyway,
Keep it that way.
all right, we'll wrap it up here. We've just about hit an hour, and
Time to go eat.
time to finish off the rest of this mac and cheese, eat, and then drive a long way to Flagstaff tomorrow. Excuse me.
Me for real.
Yeah, and
then
apparently go bowling and go to Texas Roadhouse. So
Wow.
thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon by Trading Cards.
Bye, Trey.